We will start in a minute. We are expecting a few more participants to join. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
And welcome back for the last session of the day. The subject matter expert for this session is Mr. Tushar Maurya, an ethical hacking expert, cyber forensic expert, and a consultant. He has his bachelor's degree in information technology from Dr. Akhilesh Das Gupta Institute of Technology and Management, and has certifications in ethical hacking and data analytics. Tushar Maurya provides cybersecurity consulting and training in various levels, like in corporate cycles, cybersecurity institutes, and MNCs all over India. He is a regular presenter on various cybersecurity talks, workshops, seminars, webinars, free awareness programs for colleges and schools to make them aware about cybersecurity and computer forensics, right? And today he will be discussing here related to web forensics and web investigations, and on the similar lines for regarding information gathering. So over to you, Tushar Maurya ji, and we welcome you all. On behalf of the students, I welcome you.
Thank you so much, sir, for inviting me over there for a session. And hello, everyone who are present here for this session. I hope you all guys are happy and fine here. So let's start. Sir, can you just please give me the access of sharing my screen?
You are the co-host, so you should be able
Okay,
to.
okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. So is my screen visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So let's start from the cybersecurity. Okay. So what does cybersecurity means? So cybersecurity is termed as anything which is on the internet, over the internet. We have to protect that thing. Okay. So that term is known as cybersecurity. So in cybersecurity, if I talk about the attacks or ethical hacking, or if I want to investigate something for any attack which has happened over the internet, so the first of all thing which is important for one cybersecurity analyst or an expert is to uh, gather the information. If I talk about any attack which has happened over the internet or over the device, or if I talk about that, I have to attack, I have to exploit someone's website or someone's device, then the important part is to gather the information. So 80% of the work depends on information gathering, and rest of the part, 20%, will be the attacking part. If I have to attack on a website, then 80% will be to gather the information regarding that website, and 20% will be to find that exploit out of that information, and then connect that exploit with my information for the execution of my attack. So today we will cover that how information gathering can be useful for exploiting a website or exploiting someone's device or any organization, how a data breach can be useful for a hacker to exploit something from the internet. So the major concern will be that every information which a website holds or a technology on which a website is developed is easily available on the website. Let's see that how a web can be useful to gather information in order to attack or in order to investigate. Okay, so let's start with the thing. So information gathering. So information gathering mission is the act of gathering information on a possible target. This might be done as a part of penetration testing, network security monitoring, or forensics that I told. When obtaining information about possible targets, cyber criminals use many of the same approaches. So let's check. So if I talk about footprinting or if I talk about the information gathering, both are the same things, but attacker needs to clear its footprint if he uses any information. So it is important for someone to clear its footprints after attacking. So what is footprint? Gathering information, finding vulnerabilities. Basically, a hacker can use many tools to crack the victim system. So footprinting is of two types. The one is active, to gather information actively from two sources, and passive, to gather information from other sources. So let's check how we can just gather information. Let's talk about the practicals. Okay, I mean, we can just go with the theory, but if I talk about the cybersecurity, the major part we learn on the ground basis by performing a practical. Okay, so let's do that thing. So we have two methods. The one is OSINT tools. So OSINT tool is open source intelligence tool that is available for free and open source tools on the websites on the internet. Okay, so let's try those tools. I have the list. I'll share this PPT at the end of this session. You will get to know about the tools and how it works. That all is covered in this PPT. So let's try to gather some information about a website. So here I'll go with my first tool, that is the Netcraft. So it is a tool, it is an open source tool which is available on the internet, and you can just freely use it to gather the information regarding any website. Okay, so let's see that thing. So I just opened a tool which is known as Netcraft. I'll go to the resource option. Here's the option which is termed as site report. So I'll click on it. So the panel is open here. Now what I have to do is I have to simply write a domain here. Okay, so let's talk about the CRAW. Okay, it's an organization I'm working with. So let's start. Let's gather the information regarding our website, craw.in. Okay. So here it is, the information of my website, the craw.in. You can see the website goes live for the first time on the internet was in December 2017. The site title of the website is Best Cybersecurity Course and Certification Provider, the cybersecurity. If I go down, if I move further, I can just simply see that the hosting company is the GoDaddy, hosting country is the US. We can gather the information like IPv4 addresses. So we know that IP address is an important source, is an important thing in cybersecurity. And if I'm getting these things on a website regarding my website, so it is a critical thing to know about a website. Okay. Then we can see the domain name server admin, that is DNS Cloudflare we are using here. Okay. Then the organization, if we are using the Cloudflare source for the security purpose, then we can see the IP delegation, where is the information regarding the IP address. And if I move further, we can see the technology, the website technology on which this craw.in website is based on which technology. That is, if I talk about the server side is based on the PHP technology. You can see this thing. And if I see the client side technology, it is based on JavaScript. Now, how this information is important for me? It is very curious to know for someone that how we can use, or how I can use this information to exploit this website or attack this website, right? So if I have to create, or if I have to develop a exploit for exploiting this website or to attack on this website, then I must know that I will be using a PHP exploit or a PHP script. But how is it possible to know? I just told you about this Netcraft website. Okay, then only you will be able to get this information about this technology based. To see, if I ever have to attack on a client side, so it is very easy to know, important to know that JavaScript payload will be important for us for attacking the cross website. So if I don't know about, if I don't know about this Netcraft website, that is there a website exists on the internet which can tell me about the information of the website, then it will become very difficult for me to know how to attack on a website. I may be using the Python script, or I may be using a C++ script, or any other language or any other technology script to exploit the server side, but it won't be help us to exploit that website, because only a PHP script will be useful for us to exploit the Netcraft website. So it is the first tool to gather any information regarding a website. Okay. Now let's check our second tool, that is IP tracker. Okay. So IP tracker is my second tool. How it can be useful for me is, let's try. So what I gathered from here is the IP address. You can see the IP address I was getting on the Netcraft website. Let's copy this and let's try to find out this thing. So it's showing me the information of the services, the GoDaddy services which we're using for the website. So it's teaching us, it's giving the information of United States, like you can see here, right? But it's not useful for us. Okay, so let's go for the different thing. Let's try something different here. Let's try here, what's my IP? If I check this, here I'm getting a public IP address. Okay, let's copy this address. I'm copying this address. I'm going back to the IP tracker website. I'll paste it here and I'll go with the search. So you can see, after searching the IP address, the public IP address, I just wrote what's my IP on the browser and it gives my public IP. And if I put this IP address on this IP tracker, then I can get the ISP's name. I'm using an Airtel's Wi-Fi right now in my organization. So it's very information from the forensics perspectives as well. If I have to investigate any crime and if I'm getting any website, I mean not the website, but I'm getting any IP address, then it will be useful for me to get the ISP's name. if I can easily fetch the ISP's name and the location, so you can see it's showing my location right now. Okay. Then I can, what else I can do is I can just simply contact as a forensic investigator to the Bharti Airtel, and I can just simply using the legal procedure, I can just simply pass on that IP address, and I can ask them to give all the details which is related to that particular IP address. And by law, with the law, Airtel have to give me all the details. And what kind of detail Airtel can give me is, so if anyone uh, purchases or connects himself with a broadband service or anything, then they have to use their Aadhaar card or any I mean, what we can say is that personal information, anything, they have to use their, I mean, a voter card they can use, or they can use their PAN card or anything. So if I am buying a service from Airtel, then I have to uh, give them my information. So if I ask Airtel to give me information regarding that particular IP address, then Airtel can easily give me their address, their mobile number. So as a forensic investigator, if I'm working with law enforcement agency, then it will be very crucial or very important for me to fetch all these details, and I can just simply move with my team to catch that criminal or that person who is involved in that crime. So from forensics point of view, this IP address is very important, and if I can fetch an IP address, then I can simply get the ISP's information, and I can simply fetch other details. Okay, so let's move with the other information. Here's a tool which is known as HaveIBeenPwned. So it is a very important tool nowadays, a very important. So if ever your information got breached on any website, then you can simply check whether yours information is also available on internet or not. Let's try it. So here's a tool. I'll click on it, and I have to simply write my email address here. Okay, so I'll use my personal email ID. So you can see when I search my email address, okay, then what happened is I got an information, oh no, pond, 2 data breaches are found. Okay, so my data, my personal data, my compromised data, that is my email address, geographic location, names, password, and username, has been breached by this website, and they are available on the internet. So I was using Canva back then for I mean, if I have to edit something, a PDF or anything, then I was using Canva. If I have to create a resume, I have to edit my resume, then I was using Canva. And so I was logged in Canva by my own personal Gmail ID. And in 2019, my data has been compromised. And that is my email address, geographic location, my password, and username. And similarly, in the case of Domino's in April 2021, 13 terabyte of data has been compromised all over the India. A lot of information has been leaked. A lot of information was out there in the public websites, and it was still present. It is still present. I also got the that file that was having this massive data breach. Okay, so what was compromised in Domino's was the email address, the name, phone number, my physical address, and my purchases. So I have checked my data. My credit card credentials was visible there. I can simply see that my credit card information was there. My mobile number was there. My address was there, and there were a lot of things which was there. And I have checked Canvas data as well. The password was genuinely there. So that is why it is said that you should change your credentials, your login credentials every 3 months, so that you can get safe from these data breaches. You can just protect yourself. See, 100% security is a myth. You cannot say that you are 100% safe, or you can make yourself 100% secure. That is a myth. Okay, but you can just move in that direction by being smart, by having a knowledge that you should change your credentials every 3 months. Your credentials should be strong enough that no one can just simply brute force or perform any attack to gather that information. And you must have the two-factor authentication enabled in your all social media platforms, whether it is a LinkedIn or whether it is your Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, anything. If you are using anything, then you must enable that two-factor authentication. It just adds an extra layer of security to your social media and towards your privacy. See, privacy is important, because if privacy, if I mean, if I remove this term privacy, then you can be in a big trouble. I mean that if you don't put such layers in your social media, then anyone can simply use your personal detail. Anyone can just impersonate himself or impersonate someone for his bad purpose, for his bad intention. So there must be some kind of uh, security that should be added every month, or I mean after every 3 months, to be get prepared to get safe from these kinds of attacks. So let's move further with so I have told you about the HaveIBeenPwned. So here it is, a new tool, the Google hacking database. So here you can find all such data, the compromised data, the breach data. So it was available in a form of text file or a PDF file last year, the Domino's data. So where it was present, let me show you. So there is a website, Google hacking database. So all kinds of data were present there in the last year. You can just simply check such things in the paper section. It was present. You can just simply search here. Okay, so it was present there. Then here is a Google hacking database. What you can do is, let me show you. You can just simply generate a webcam's information. Let me show you how it can be done. So if you don't add a layer of security on your webcam, or if you don't add a firewall to your smart gadgets, and by smart gadgets, I mean your smart watches, your smart CCTV cameras, your smart, I mean AC or such things, the IoT devices, basically, then you might be in a big trouble. You can see that this is a live webcam. Okay, I can just simply change the so it's not showing anything right now. Let's go to the other link. So you can see it's a live cam. It's a live CCTV camera which is running in any McDonald's store. So you can see God loves you, Happy New Year 2023. So it's a live camera, and you can see I can easily get access. And by using this, I can simply hack. You can see the person is scrolling. You can see, okay, so it's a kind of information which is available on the internet, and it can be dangerous. Okay, let's move how forensics is done. But before investigating something, or before starting the forensics part, it is very important to think like an attacker. If you can't think like an attacker, or I mean a hacker, then you cannot investigate anything. Okay, so let's go that into deep, that how a hacker thinks. That is the main important thing. Okay, so let me share a photo with you, a slide. So if I want to get into cross security, if I want to hack the CRO organization, then how it can be done? let's think like an attacker. Okay, so it is very common thing in all organization that how the management works. So if there is a CEO or a director, and if it has to pass a new guidelines or anything new, if he wants to pass anything new to these to his members or to his employees, then he won't go to every single person. He will not go to every single person to convey that thing or convey that message. What he will do is he will just simply tell those things to the managers or to the HRs, and they will communicate with the rest of the employees. Okay, he will not send the emails or messages by his own. He will not do this thing. Okay, he will just convey this thing to his team, to the management team, and the will go management team will go to all the employees, and they will convey through a mail or whether there are many platforms like Slack, which is an organizational based application which is used to communicate. It's like a WhatsApp, but the purpose is to do all the connectivity over a social media that is known as Slack. Okay, so if I want to be a hacker, and if I want to attack in cross security, what I will do is I will simply go to the LinkedIn part. Let's go in a normal way. Let me go to the LinkedIn, and what I will do is I will simply search here the cross security. What I will do is I will simply search here cross security and then go to the management part. Okay, so I can see here that there are many accounts showing us here. So I can just simply search here that who is the man who are in the management team of Crow. Let's go through it. So I can see various names are there, various profiles are there. But my main goal is to find out that who's the manager or who's the HR of this team. So if I'm not getting through this, then I can simply write here Crow HR. Let's see if anything comes here or not. So I can see the name Mansi Tomar, HR manager, Crow Cybersecurity. Let's try another name. So there are total two names here, which I can see is the one is Sapna Sheen and another one is Mansi Tomar. They are the HR of the Crow Security. So what can I do is, let me show you one thing. If I was a hacker, then what I will do is I will simply fetch all the details, I mean all the information, the organizational information. Let me show you how it can be done. So it's it's a Kali operating system which is used for hacking or investigation. So I'll run a tool here which is known as crosslink to gather information. And what kind of information I can fetch from here is, let me show you. So I'll just change my directory to the tool which is known as crosslink. So the name of that tool is crosslink. I just get into that directory. Now what I will do is I will simply run this tool. So to run this tool, there is a command that is Python 3 space crosslink space -f. So I'm just running this tool which is known as crosslink. Let's wait for this tool. So you can see that it has fetched 182 unique name. Okay, so let's check what I got by executing this tool. So I got various name here. Okay, so you can see that I got a list here, and you can see that I found a name, HR's name, and HR's name was Sapna Sheel. Let me check again. Yeah, see, so you can see the HR's name was Sapna Sheel, and what I get by executing that tool is, so let's move from the top. That's fine. So you can see here, Sapna Sheel @crow.in. Okay, so I got her email. Okay, and I got the other employees' email as well. Mohit Yadav's email, then Pankaj Yadav is the manager of Cross Security, and these are the employees of Cross Security, and their email address I found here. Okay, so as a hacker, what I can do is I can simply create a fake mail.
No,
So in a,
pardon me, I'm stopping you. So, Tushar, you ran this tool where? So you ran it within the Kali
yeah,
operating this query.
yeah.
But just by running it, how it helped you to get the email IDs of these two people?
So when I run this tool, okay, so what does this tool do is it just simply Google Docs everything. So everything which I got here is already present on their LinkedIn.
Okay.
You know that if you are working in an
Saurabhji, actually, it did what is called web scraping. It took from Google search, and wherever it found the relevant text from there, it has extracted the email address with the regular expression kind of thing that we have given over there. So from the searches, it is searching and it is hyperlinked. So it is in a recursive way, it is moving and extracting the details of wherever it has found the pattern. It is a Python script which is basically running.
Okay, thank you.
So what I got from here is the information, the email IDs of all the employees which are there in cross security. So what happens in an organization is if my director convey the new guidelines, then what happen next is that he will told all the guidelines to the HR, and HR will generate an email, and he will send all the email, and he will send that email to all the employees. Okay, so if there are 100 employees working in my organization in a cross security, then I can assume that 90 are from technical background and the rest of 10 are from non-technical background. They don't know anything about the technology, they don't know about the security, they don't know anything about this technical field. So what I can do is I can simply create a fake mail. Let me show you that how I can create a fake mail. So here's a website, EMKAZ. It's a website from where I can just create a fake mail. So what I can do is from name, from email, I can simply copy that thing here. I mean, sapna.sheel @crow.in. I can simply use her email ID to send a fake one. It's not a genuine mail, okay, but I can use this thing to I can just simply write my name, my email address, or anyone's email address from my organization .in, and subject I can write is here, please install this application, or I can write that click on this link and fill all the information on this link. I can simply write it, and I can create a phishing link, or I can create a malware. I can just simply develop a malware and I can just send it through it. I can choose a file easily and I can just simply send that application or send that link via this mail, and mail can be easily sent from this fake mailer. So as a hacker, such kind of information is very important. So I can just simply copy all the usernames from here. I can create a malware, I can create a virus, I can create a Trojan file. And if that Trojan file gets installed in my system, then you can know that what can be the consequences. I can simply get the access of that system. I can simply get the access of their keyboard, their mouse. I can disable that thing. So such things can be happen, and can they are getting compromised. The systems are getting compromised by such techniques. So such techniques are known as social engineering techniques, in which we use all the information which is there on the internet, and you can simply by using those information, you can enter into an organization and harm them very badly. Okay, so let me move with another thing, that is the investigation part. Let me show you my personal investigation which I did. Okay, so wait a minute, let me just share open that thing. Okay, so this was my first case study as a forensic analyst, which I solved with the law enforcement agency. I personally worked with the law enforcement agency for helping in this case. Okay, so this is a FIR copy. This is a genuine FIR copy. Okay, so what happened in this case was that in a period of 3 months, that is from 24th March to 24th May 2021, an amount of rupees 3.76 lakhs were deducted from someone's bank account. Okay, let me show you the FIR copy. So this was the FIR. This was a genuine FIR, and total amount of 3.76 lakhs was robbed or deducted from someone's account. Okay, and there were 2 credit cards which were used. Okay, so what happened was, there was a person who just randomly called me. He was my known to person. He just called me and he just told me that an amount of 3.76 was deducted from his bank account, and bank were asking him to pay the credit card bill, and he's unaware of this fact that this much of amount has been debited from his account. Okay, so he just told me to check that what has happened. So what I did is that I asked that person. Actually, he's a 70-year-old man. He's a retired government official. So I just told him that just please share your bank details or your bank passbook with me so that I can check that what has actually happened. So when he just passed me his bank statement, the bank details, so I was just going through it. So I was checking that 5,000 has been deducted using Amazon Pay. Then another transaction was made of 5,000 rupees. So while going through the payments, while going through the all this information, transaction payments, I just got something very interesting. That is this res Garena shop. I think it's not clear. Let me just zoom it once. So you can say this, that I got this thing, and it shocked me a little bit. So what I did is I just simply copied it, and I moved to my browser, and I paste that thing, and I search it. So I found it that it's a Free Fire game link, and the amount which has been deducted, which was used, is used for purchasing the coins, the game coins. So I got very happy that okay, I have just cleared this case. I have won this case, because I knew that he has two grandchild and they are into gaming. So I knew in my head that they have used the credit card, and he was unaware that their grandchild was using their card to purchase those things in gaming. So I was very happy. So I told him that your grandchildren has used your card for purchasing these game coins or these game coupon cards, and they have uh, used that much of amount in this game. So he denied that no, they didn't have used my credit card. They are good. They don't do these things without the permission. So I saw him this thing, that see, you can see that a lot of transaction has been made on the gaming side. I'll show you another side as well, the Quicksilver this one. So this is a website where you can purchase the game cards as well. So I copied it and I showed to him that see, you can purchase all these things. So you can buy all these gift cards, the game gift cards and everything from here. So I told him. So what he did is he just asked the children that have you done this? Have you used the cards for purchasing such things from the gaming zone or anything? Then they both denied that they didn't do it. So after forcing a bit to the after forcing them, one of them just told him that yes, he once made a transaction by using his credit card, but it was on his birthday, and he already informed his parents that I'm using the grandfather's card for purchasing something of around 500 rupees in this Free Fire game. So uh, after this, they asked him again that have you made another transaction with this credit card? Then he denied that no, I just made this transaction and not after that. So that person asked the younger grandchild that have you made the transaction? Then he also denied that no, I'm not using. And after forcing him, he just told that he didn't do anything, but yes, he made a friend online, and they both just exchange their Gmail, their gaming IDs, so that the gaming partner can make him win a lot of games, and they can just be on the top on the gaming charts. So they both just change their gaming credentials. So I clicked something here that when first time the transaction was made over the gaming, let me check the history, or let me check the let me show you that Google. Okay, so you can just uh, save your details on internet, right? You can just save your personal credentials, that you can simply log in again without typing your password or typing your credentials again and again. So what happened back then was that when that grandchild, the older one, put the credit card credential for for purchasing the items from the Free Fire account, he just saved the credit card credential on his Google. And what happened next is, when he finds a gaming partner on the Free Fire, then they both exchange the Google passwords, I mean the gaming passwords, and that was saved in the account, so that the other person who was the gaming friend, he used that credit card information for purchasing such things on the gaming platform, and he even used those credentials. He even passes that important credentials to his friend, which is in the Australia. So he also made such purchases, and that was the case that he uses this 3.76 lakhs for purchasing the items and goods from the Amazon Pay, and this was the case. So unintentionally, a boy just saved all the credit card information on his internet. Okay, and it was the fault of, I mean, not the fault, but the smartness of the other person, the gaming partner, that he used all that credit card credentials and make a lot of uh, purchases using that credit card. So yeah, this was the case. So I just told the cyber cell that this has happened, and I just take them to the cyber cell. I help them that this was the case, and you can just simply fetch these details. You can just simply fetch the IP address and all the gateways payments through Razor, because you can see that Razer Get in a Shop. So Get in a Shop is the gaming portal, and RAZ is the online platform, the transaction gateway, which is used for making payments. I'll show you that what Razer is. So Razer is a gateway. So Razer is a payment gateway which was used. So what CyberCell did was that they created a legal document. They sent these details to the Razer organization. They asked for the help. Then Razer asked them to share the bank details. They want that person's bank detail. So we went to the bank. We fed some information. We have some legal documents with us. We collected all those documents. We passed it to the cyber cell. Then cyber cell took all the documents, then they pass it to the Razer organization. Then Razer organization helped us in getting back around 2.80 lakhs from that gaming partner, which lives in Bangalore. And rest of the amount we didn't get it, because rest of the amount was rest of the amount was with his friend, which is in Australia. So due to the country law, the origin law, we won't get any help from Australia's cyber cell or the Australian law enforcement agency. But yeah, around 2.80 lakhs were recovered from the boy who lives in Bangalore. So yeah, this was my first case, which I took personally, which I solved with the law enforcement agency. So yeah, this was all from my side in today's session. And if you guys have any doubts, if you want to ask something regarding the forensics part or regarding information gathering, now you can just ask me. Hello.
Sir, can you please help us with the links to all these sites?
Sorry.
Can you please help us with the links to all these sites?
I can, yeah, sure.
It in the chat box on WhatsApp.
I'll share you on the chat box. Wait.
Okay.
So I have shared a PPT in the chat box. If you have logged into the Zoom meeting via laptop or your tablet, then you can get this PPT. But if you have logged in with your mobile phone, then you won't be able to get this PPT. So I request sir to just pass this PPT to all the participants.
Yes, Tusharji, we will share it up.
Okay, so any doubts or anything else you want to know regarding the forensics, cyber forensics, anything?
Any
Anyone
questions
wants to?
from the
Any questions?
participants?
I want to ask how to get started.
How to get started? So may I know that from which domain you are right now? I mean, your educational domain right now.
Currently, I'm in BTech first year computer science.
So you are in BTech computer science. So I guess that you have the knowledge of networking and a little bit of coding, right?
Yes.
So you can start with the basics of ethical hacking. Okay, you can go with the information part, you can go with the ethical hacking part, that how ethical hacking is done. Okay, so ethical hacking is like the first year of the BTech. I mean, it will give you all the information which are there in a cybersecurity. So cybersecurity is a big domain, and there are various subdomains in the cybersecurity profile. Okay, just like the BTech, the Bachelors of Technology, you can see that there are various subdomains like mechanical, electrical, computer science, IT. Okay, so like that, if you should go with the ethical hacking first. Let me show you my slide of how to start your career in this cybersecurity domain. Can you see my screen? Is it visible?
Yes, it's
It is
visible.
visible.
Okay, so the best thing, so the best way to start with the cybersecurity program is to start with the ethical hacking part. Why? Because it will cover all the subdomains which are there in the cybersecurity domain, whether it is a footprinting information gathering part, or whether you want to go with the website hacking or your IoT pen testing, then there is forensics part. So every subdomain is covered under the ethical hacking part. So your first step should be that you must have a basic knowledge of networking, that how routers work, how switches work, the importance of ports. There are total 65,536 ports in a device on the internet, and how topologies work, what is the role of IP address. Then there is OSI model, then there is TCP IP model. So how, if I combine all these things and internet works, then you should have the knowledge of networking. Then you must have the knowledge of coding, the basics of coding. Why coding is important, a little bit of coding is important in cybersecurity is because if I ever have to hack a website, okay, if I ever have to inject my code, my hacking code, my exploiting code into a website, then I must have the knowledge of coding. If I won't be able to read a code, a website's code, then I won't be able to inject my malicious software or malicious script in that particular website. So that is why a little bit of coding is important. Not I mean a little bit, that you can read a code. Okay, it's not important that you need to be a hardcore coder or anything. No, that is not needed. But yeah, you must have a little bit of knowledge in uh, coding department as well. Then you can go with the ethical hacking part. It will cover all the subdomains. It will provide the basics of ethical hacking, that how hacking is done. It will cover all the terminologies which are there in the cybersecurity domain, that what are the vulnerabilities, what are different types of hackers, whether it's a white hat hacker or a gray hat hacker, black hat hacker. It will teach you that thing. It will give all the basics of cybersecurity, and it will move you towards the intermediate level of the cybersecurity. But after completing ethical hacking, you will get to know that in which subdomain you want to work. So there are total two domains. There is two domain. One is the red teaming part, and then there is another part which is known as blue teaming. So red teaming includes all the attacking field, whether it is a website pen testing, mobile pen testing, IoT pen testing, cloud pen testing. Okay, and in the blue teaming part consists of the defensive part, that how to defend yourself from the hackers. Then there is a monitoring part, then there is a forensics part, then there is a cyber threat intelligence part. So cyber threat intelligence part is very important, but very interesting part, that how we can predict the future's attack into an organization. So the first step should be the ethical hacking part. Then after completing ethical hacking, it will totally depends on you, that into which domain you want to move further, whether into the attacking part or whether it's defending part. It depends on you, that which domain suits you better. Anything else? Any other query? Anyone else want to ask anything else? Any other questions?
Hello.
Yes. Hello. Yes.
The tools you were using for the demonstration, are those
Yes.
publicly available or are they only for you?
So it is available on the internet. I have just sent the PPT, and in that PPT, it's given there, the tool, the crosslink tool. So you can see here that I have mentioned all the things in that PPT. Let me show you how you can just get that tool. Let me just share my screen. So in the PPT, it was mentioned, it was given, but how to install that tool in your Kali, let me show you. So the name of that tool is cross-linked. So if I want to install that tool in my Kali, in my Linux, then what I have to do is I have to simply go to my browser. I have to write here the name of that tool, that is cross-linked, then space GitHub. So after searching this, I have to click on the first link. Then I have to click on this code, that green button, and it will give me a link here. This link, what I have to do is I have to simply copy this link and I have to move to my terminal. Okay. So after moving to my terminal, I have to simply write here the command, that is git space clone. Okay. Then that link. After executing that link, my tool will get installed. So it is actually already exists in my directory, so it will not install it further. Let me just remove that tool and install it again. So I have removed that tool from my Kali, and what I will do is I will install it again. So what I will do, I will write here git space clone space that link, and it will start installing in my system. So it is now installed in my system. So if I have to use that tool again, what I will do is I will type here CD. So CD stands for change directory. Then I will write the name of that tool, that is cross-linked, and I'll hit the enter button. So you can see that I am into the cross-linked directory. Okay, so I have moved into the cross-linked directory. Now what I will do next is I will just write the command. So let me just show you again how it is done. Python 3 space hyphen. Let me check this thing. I think I have mentioned something wrong. So crosslink.py was missing from my code. Yeah, this is how a tool is installed in your Kali Linux and how it is used. Is it clear that how I install this tool and how it is available on the website? Let me just share this link and the command. Well, I have already mentioned it in the PPT. You can see here. But let me just pass it again. So I'll type the command, that is git space clone and that link. So you can see that in your chat box that I have given the command of installing it and the command of executing that tool. You can save it in your device and you can just run it. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? Any other doubts? Any other query? Any other thing? Any other doubt? Any other query? Anything else? Any other doubt? Any other query?
Tushar ji, I guess there is no question from the participants. So
Okay.
1 second, let me take a call. If they do not have any questions, we may end today's session. Participants, we will have again a session by Tusharji tomorrow at the same time, that is 3 p.m. slot. So if you want, you can join using the same link. What we are going to cover tomorrow, Tusharji?
The process of forensics, that how forensics is covered,
Yeah, so
all the process. Yeah.
So tomorrow we will be discussing about forensics and the tools in use by forensics experts. So thank you everybody for joining, and thank you Tusharji for accepting our invitation and giving hands-on sessions on the basic concepts and guiding the students taking their questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for inviting me.
Welcome.